following that punishing loss against Munster. Horn gets us underway. Knocked down by the Glasgow Warriors to begin proceedings, and Hendricks pounces. Tshituka moves the ball to Berg. Berg beats a couple of tackles, wrapped up in the end by Rory Dodge.
Backwards.
Intensity from the home team early on. Morgan Nordia carries into contact.
Okay, advantage over.
Berg. Way to Lombard. Here is Horn. Horn has thrown it straight to the opposition. The interception by Stafford McDowell, and the penalty comes to the home team. Fortunately so for those in red jerseys.
Hold in.
You're not your typical start. The early error from Glasgow Warriors from the kickoff, and the Lions looking to take advantage of it.
Shot called.
Stafford McDowell did well. They're getting in between the passing lane. That stopped the Lions' onslaught. Yeah, I'm not sure. Chances are, well, you want to get the victory first, but also the Lions need to get the bonus point. Go for the corner. Still early enough. As Horn looks across here, McDowell in between that passing lane. Obviously looking to generate some sort of width here. And in to fix his mistake. Desperately in to fix his mistake. And he gets the result.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you, Ben. Yeah, that's great. Thank you.
Gianni Lombard starting today as Sanele waits on the bench.
It's on the screen now as well.
Lombard fails to raise the flags. The scores remain
22.
0 points apiece.
Yeah, look, I think first importantly, you know, Glasgow played on quickly, upping the tempo.
Push, please, push.
Defender taking it into contact, retaining possession. The Scottish side. Right into the teeth of the defence. Number 9, George Horn, also kicks for posts.
Make an effort, please.
An advantage waiting for him. Kicks a contestable one up the touchline. Who's going to bring this in?
Okay, roll away.
I think the Lions caught almost unaware by Glasgow. They're playing on quickly.
Roll away.
But Glasgow, a team that don't spend a lot of time on the ground. They want Francke Smith wants a hard-working pack of forwards, get off the ground. Get plenty of involvement. But they're looking to play tempo here, it looks like to me.
On the half. Red, that's yours. Over. Stay 2.
Penalty conceded. Tackler has to roll away. Cronje, Glasgow play on. They're upping the tempo.
Jordan to Jordan. Wrapped up in the midfield. Jordan Hendricks getting involved with a tackle on Kyle Rose in for Sebastian Cancelier, who started last weekend against the Vodacom Bulls. George Horn sends one over the top. Brilliantly weighted kick indeed. Carl Steyn there to put pressure on. Horn dragged into touch.
That's good play from
not going quick.
From Glasgow.
Red on the line.
George Horn, they just
Line's yours.
What they're doing is going off the line out, isolating or manipulating the back three, trying to isolate. They're putting the contested blocks. So by the time Horn gets that ball, you know, they're set to pounce the 2 Glasgow players on Horn. He's got no choice there, no option.
Quite a pace this match is being played at to start things off as Fraser Brown feeds, peeled away from the back did Rory Dodge, and Tui Pelotu hits it up in the midfield. Horn plays it away. Look at the pace coming from the Glasgow Warriors as Henku Fenter makes contact. Horn keeps it moving. Numbers to the left here for the Glasgow Warriors. The passes meeting their targets. Horn making the tackle in the end. Unable to exploit that overlap. Here's another South African, Ali Kebble, charging up into the defence.
Good, thank you, Reg.
Horn clears.
15 on 15
through on the outside for Dodge to chase too long. And the Lions can breathe again.
Yeah, it's too quick at the moment. And what's happening is the Lions are actually watching Glasgow run at them all day long, generating fast ball, dominating the gain line, staying on top the whole time. Look how much time Glasgow have, and again isolated at the back, but Glasgow plenty of time, just controlling the tempo, controlling the rhythm, and controlling field position.
PJ Botha feeds the line out, the feed back to Francke, and Hendriksen into the starting lineup. Might as well make use of that boot. He sent it all the way downfield. Stain, the recipient. Looking to start from deep here. The free running fullback Josh McKay gets it to McDowell on the outside, and Kyle Rowe runs into contact. Great counter ruck from the Lions. Tshituka.
Still a ruck.
Well, that's pretty obvious from Tshituka. Ruck form, 2 players over the ball, no hands allowed in the ruck. But Glasgow not gun shy, not keeping the powder dry. Look at that ball kick from Hendriksen right deep down, over almost close to the 22-meter, and McKay deciding to have a go. The players dropping back. So Glasgow just imposing their game plan on the Lions, and the Lions, it's defensive practice here. The Lions are going to need some sort of position, and you're not going to get position if you concede. If you concede penalties here, this is the ruck from what Tshituka should do. Yeah, it's actually just counter ruck. The ruck's formed.
Fraser Brown, Glaswegian since 2013. 11 years of service for the starting hooker. Horn gets it away to Tuipulotu. Here's McDowell looking to catch the line. Sleeping Jordan almost finds the gap. Ankle feint can't hold on. It's backwards though. Snatched up by the Lions. Brilliantly so by Erich Cronje. And then Ntlabakanye wants to start the counter. Tshituka fires back to Hendriksen. The Glaswegians getting back in position, but McKay dragging himself to get there. The kick may go slightly long. In fact, it's going to bounce favorably, but go over the try line. Giving McKay the chance to take his time and dot down.
That's a good result from the Lions. Glasgow with a clean break. That second pass needed to land. Ntlabakanye, I think he's set. Is it Rory Dodge? He sat down in this carry. He's not looking. He's looking for bodies to run over, actually. The heavy lifter.
Let's go 10, please.
Asenathi Ntlabakanye. He's just waiting for the first scrum, to be honest with you. But the tempo this game's been played at, pretty impressive, but a lot of it coming from Glasgow.
Tom Jordan goes long with the goal line restart, and Horn takes it in on the halfway line. Here is Emmanuel Tshituka. Didn't have the chance to build up ahead of steam. Went forward all the same in the contact. Berg away to Horn, playing behind the gain line here. Are the Emirates Lions. The pass from JC Pretorius, last weekend's man of the match with 4 turnovers. Getting into Francke. Playing under advantage here, the Lions.
Save it out!
Fanamava gets it away. Tshituka with the offload.
Release!
Both sides sticking to their task early on, in spite of the frantic pace being imposed on them by their opposition. Here's Hendriksen into the line at pace. Great inside ball to Horn. Hendriksen, Maxwane on the wing. Berg gets there now. Slow ball comparatively. Berg gets it away to Horn. Strong run that from Willem, the captain today. Following the late retraction of Marius Louw, who was to captain the side. Here's Edwill van der Merwe. Switch play to Quan.
Boys, you're not going anywhere. Back for the penalty.
I thought they were going somewhere.
Number 12, offside.
I thought they were going somewhere, but the Lions, more importantly, getting their hands on the ball, starting to build a little bit of pressure. At the moment, it was Glasgow controlling the tempo, winning the gain line battle. They weather that storm now. The Lions a chance to play
12 black
and
offside.
to keep going.
Stop. Time off.
Tshituka down getting some treatment. Well, that will be the last thing that the Emirates Lions want to see. This guy provides the impetus, the go forward for this team. Of course, on his way to KwaZulu-Natal next season to join his brother Vincent at the Sharks.
Okay.
There is the race today, Gianni. It's getting extremely tight, and the Lions will be very grateful to the Bulls for getting that win over Benetton, keeping their hopes alive.
Yeah, I've always maintained that this Lions team, with the talent they've got, is a top 8 team. And from them not to make it would be considered a failure of the season, to be honest with you. They've just lacked consistency at key times, but really, you look at the Lions, you know, Tshituka, very good loose forward. You mentioned Pretorius now.
Okay.
And they've got a young feinter who's a good loose forward, so good ball carry, solid scrum, exciting back, good kicking game, and a difficult place to win. So the Lions with all the talent. So even in this position, it's going to be pretty difficult, considering the Sharks have got the final next weekend, which automatically you need to make top 7 if the Sharks win, to be honest with you. So even if they do make top 8, they'll still be waiting. Well, if the Sharks, who I think are going to win next weekend, then it's top 7 you got to make.
Well, I said
to play Champions Cup rugby, sorry, to play Champions Cup rugby next year, but obviously to get the playoffs, even though you dig to get the results here, you're still going to travel away, which is difficult to win.
So Tshituka leaving the field for Fenta, very impactful player onto the field for the Lions. Trying to get some go forward from this rolling maul. The Glasgow Warriors very good at attacking and defending rolling mauls. The most efficient attacking rolling maul in the competition. The Lions coming around the corner now. Berg doesn't want to see that ball leave his clutches. Gets it away to Hendrickson, who's had a great start to the game.
Two, come back around.
And you mentioned Jordan Hendrickson at inside centre. Well, he will add is a bit more deception. He's not a strong runner like Marius Louw, but he's got good feet. We saw probably a bit more acceleration and also the vision of a flower off to make the outside backs look a lot better. So chances are he'll give it a little bit more width, which will suit the Lions perfectly. Look at a guy like Horn, now on the outside, so proper pace, but already there, cutting back inside into the pass. He's still making meters, he's just doing it his own way.
Let's go.
Gianni Lombard with attempt number 2. 22. Well, he's put that wide.
Shock. Absolute shock in the stadium. They can't believe it. He can't believe it.
Okay, you're going to go now. Okay,
but it happens sometimes.
Behind.
Well, if it carries on like this, Jordan Hendrickson will be putting his hand up. Very efficient goal kicker himself. The restart from Jordan goes down to Hendrickson, who finds Fenta. Fenta into the fray. Now Berg to clear away to his captain, Willem. Lombard moves it along to Hendrickson. Some serious ground in that number 12 jersey. Brilliant take in the end under duress. And here's Rabz gets past the first defender, wrapped up by the next 2. Good intensity, good pace of play from the Lions early on. Look at that sharpness from Gregor Brown in the midst of the contact. Staying sharp and on his toes, he affects the interception. The Glasgow Warriors will look to switch defense into attack and rapid pace as Jordan moves into Tuipulotu. Tuipulotu with the switch play for Steyn asking the questions. So efficient when they go for the cutthroat play, the Glasgow Warriors, as they showed against the Bulls last weekend, scoring 3 tries in 8 minutes in the second half at altitude. The grabber through is brilliant. Chasing after it is Rowe. Kyle Rowe, it's looking good for Rowe.
What a try. Something was needed to unlock that Lions defense. I thought initially Glasgow probably didn't have enough punch through the midfield.
Time off.
But I think that he might, there's a feeling I think he might be in front of the kicker. That's what they're going to look at initially.
Time's off.
So they're going to have a look at it first, but really good little kick from George Horn.
Okay, so what you got?
Jeez, he looks as big as one like some of the rugby players.
Okay.
Afterwards there's a scuffle between
the two.
It's more of a scuffle.
Yeah, well.
And then 20 red just pushes the guy in the face on the ground.
Okay, do you want to check this?
That's information. So push in the face by 20 lines.
20 red?
Yes.
Did you say any yellow card?
Yes.
20 red, okay. Put him here.
This is going to be a bitter
do you hear what Morne said that?
Yeah, we're just trying to find it.
Okay. 20 red. Push the guy's face on the floor. After obviously the tackle was okay.
Director's looking for it, but just go with your own field because they've got nothing to overturn that.
Okay. Nothing wrong with the tackle. The timing was very good on that. But your player here has put his hand in the face of the player on the floor, which can't be stood for. Yellow card. Okay, wait there. We'll restart the shot clock, okay? Where's your arm? Okay, we're going to restart the shot clock now, please. Time on.
Tshituka leaves the field, replaced by Fenta, and now Fenta leaves the field to be replaced by no one for the next 10 minutes after the foul play.
Yeah, just after conceding. We'll look at it again, but it's unnecessary.
Thank you.
George Horn. $294 Vodacom URC points now to the name of George Horn.
Before the try.
Glasgow leads 7 points to
before the try.
That's a big hit also from Fenta. It was a while ago in this play. So this was the grubber 3, eventually the try. But good little kick from George Horn. Just reading the play, no one home in back play. The Lions defenders flat in one line, so space at the back.
Jordan passes to a ghost and the Lions come piling in. Can they win the turnover here? The Glasgow Warriors secure possession by hook or by crook. A tremendous effort as Murphy Walker now takes it to ground.
Okay, use a 9. Stay behind.
George Horn to clear. Horn having the touchline, brilliant with those box kicks, gets good distance under the circumstances.
Yeah, considering.
Yeah, that's fine.
Not sure there's a cast down on one of the wings running a short line. That's why that pass almost went into touch. The risk, well, it's not a bad result considering the position that Glasgow put themselves into.
Yes, Lions, please.
But it's important here for the Lions to strike back. And Glasgow has been fast play after fast play. You can see the Lions just slowing it down slightly.
Botha feed to the front of the line out, Ruan there to receive, and here's Edwill van der Merwe.
Step. Thank you.
Lombard is having to protect before clearing.
Release!
Willem Albert's the latest to carry, and Ntlabakanye can't hold on. The knock-on comes. Scrum Glasgow.
Yeah, what Glasgow have done in the approach, they're not overcommitting at ruck, so there's always more defenders than attackers. That gives you safety because you've got numbers, the spacing is right, then you can get line speed. So that's the pressure, and if there's one mistake, Ntlabakanye probably overran that. What the forwards must do is probably hold their feet up, but stand a little bit deeper, accelerate into the pass. Then you're not putting yourself under pressure. Ntlabakanye would have looked up, but all he saw was shoulders. So look how flat he's taking that ball up with the run from the scrum off also. So you got to work your timing of the scrum off coming around the corner. Hold your feet, slow it down a bit, and then have a go. Ntlabakanye against Oli Cable. Two big men on the Lions' right-hand side.
Set! Boys, there's too much foot movement on set, okay? Where you're going to go forward and you're trying to go around the corner as a pack, okay? Don't go forward in the corner. We hit and we hold.
And what Craig Evans is saying about going around the corner is trying to promote one side of the scrum. So when Glasgow on the hit, you can see a lot of pressure, a lot of weight going through Oli Cable down the left-hand side. What you want to be hit straight, hit together, and scrum straight.
Crunch! Bind! Set! Steady!
That's better.
George Horn waiting for a penalizable offence.
Excellent scrum. Let's go.
Up on the mark.
Glasgow up for this one.
Let's come over, lads. Let's come over.
They're up for this one, taking on the Lions
up on the
pack.
mark. Same scrum.
Up front, and I thought maybe unlucky not to get the penalty. Glasgow, they'd broken right through. The Lions had disintegrated. But what generally happens here, Paul, is the ref's got to make a call somewhere. We can't stand here and watch scrums for 5 minutes.
Up on the mark, try to get dominance, but there was no forward on both sides. You're up on the mark, okay? Let's stay down.
It's a bit different. He wants forward both sides. It's the side where Oli Cable is. That starts going forward. And the Lions pop up. Naude probably scrumming on the outside a bit. But Glasgow going for it. They want the penalty here.
Crouch! Bind! Too much weight.
He had to make a call.
Closing the gap, lads. Can't get his head position.
The game's got to go on, hasn't it?
Closing the gap. Scrum called. Need that gap. Keep that space.
It's a vicious cycle.
Space for the heads to go in, please.
Exactly what the Arsenal are doing in the change room, they did.
Exactly the same there. Give space to the far side.
Well, until the 1st of July,
yeah,
you can still see those scrums from free kicks. And after that, the rules change.
Crouch!
The Forwards look like they're enjoying this.
Bind! Set!
George Horn feeds. And now clears from the back, no movement from the scrum, plays it to the blind to McDowell, who's on the move, who feeds Josh McKay. Loves running the number 15 for the Warriors. How much work has Rory Darge got through in the opening moments of this match? The Glasgow Warriors looking very much up for this, chasing those 10 points to secure #1 position on the Vodacom URC log. PJ Botha looked like he had an opportunity there, cleared out from the ruck. Here's Tuipulotu, seeing that he may have an advantage against Hendrickse. Hendrickse makes his tackle. Out. Cleared by Horn to Oli Kebble. Great fluidity in the play of the Glasgow Warriors here in the opening moments of the match as Horn plays it away to Jordan. McDowell's up into the line, Tuipulotu, McKay feeds it outside to guess who, Rory Darge, popping up again. Horn clears the pace of play from the Glasgow Warriors. Must be wilting the Lions now, who are 14 against 15. Passed away brilliantly by Henku Fenter in the back line. Tuipulotu just can't get that pass away. Basketball pass over the top to Stain. Here's Kebble again. The feed to Tuipulotu, gaps appearing on the outside. The Lions make the tackle on the in. Pretorius trying for one of those turnovers that hinged the match last weekend. McKay gets it to Darge. Oh, solid hit from Rabz. The Lions win back possession and fire it back downfield. You can see just how much energy this is taking out of the Glasgow Warriors. Maxwane on the chase. The clearance comes from Jordan, and wisely so under that pressure. Has to bring a break in play because there's some hands on hips out there.
Well, so much about the chat about altitude. Glasgow seem to be enjoying it. They're upping the tempo. It's classic shape rugby from the Scottish team. Coast to coast forwards, just getting those passes together.
Time off.
And something was needed, because if you're a Lions defender, it looks like there's 30 of them running at you. They're playing coast to coast, hitting it up the midfield. And Rabz Maxwane putting his shoulders in there.
Morne, okay.
But lots of momentum from Glasgow. And because the ruck ball is so quick, the Lions aren't getting line speed, or they're not getting line speed. They're not coming up, so they're waiting. So that gain line just keeps going further and further and further back. You know, if you stay that way, remember with the man down also, so if it stays that way, then Glasgow are going to end up walking over the line. Some big hitters needed from the Lions just to slow the momentum down, slow the breakdown down, so they could set their defensive line and go. That's always a long 10 minutes. That's a scuffle at the back.
Anything?
He didn't need to do that. He's put a good hit in, and it continues there.
Playing like the cameras aren't watching. Julian Riedlinghuis, the scrum coach of the Emirates Lions, he in fact said that playing as though altitude is a factor would be a mistake. Having watched the Glasgow Warriors play last week and increase the tempo in the final 20 minutes at Loftus Versfeld.
5 you in, thank you.
PJ Botha feeds the line out, another quality one from the home team, and Lombard gets it away to Hendrickse. Full of confidence on the carry today, replacing Marius Louw. Berg to Botha. Kebble on the tackle.
Out.
Van den Berg hits the young Ruan Delport, and Hendricks hard at work again. Van den Berg plays the same way. Now a penalty advantage.
Oh, that wasn't possible.
Lions. Great pace of recycling, and Van den Berg gets it away to Alberts. He's there again to clear, but the Glasgow defence is spread across the field, and Botha gets it to Hendricks, looking to create a gap more than run into one. Slower balls, Van den Berg gets it away, Q and Horn. The pass to Maxwane, well protected by the defence. Botha drags that one in brilliantly. Loose ball for Van den Berg, tidies it up, gets it away to Ntlabakanye. Van den Berg back to Francke. Van den Berg off to Naude. Now on a hard line comes Erich Cronje. Making meters here. They're about 8 meters away from the opposition line. If they can continue moving forward.
Leave it! It's advantage over, lads, from the penalty.
And the advantage now over Naude with some indecision. Decides to run it into contact. Van den Berg has numbers to the right. And so do the Warriors' defence. However, the Warriors' defence sinking closer and closer to their own try line with each passing play. Lombard hits the deck, and Ntlabakanye is there at first receiver again. Thank you, Fente, charging up to make that tackle. Van den Berg protecting the ball, unable to use it. Here's Botha. The pick and go now from the Emirates Lions as they approach the 5-meter line. Great consistency in possession, racking up the phases.
Okay, you've gone off feet, but you're on offside first. Okay.
Better from the Lions, a lot better from the Lions. Because the Lions are looking good when they've got the ball. They just had enough of it. That's really because when Glasgow do have it, the breakdown's been so good, the passing's been accurate,
and they've
played at a very good tempo.
2 or 3.
Now you look at the way.
There's been 2 penalties now against 12 or 13. Just a little bit eager on the offside line. Just need that extra yard. That's the advantage is for, okay? Spare space.
I was just saying, you look at the way Francke Smith coaches his teams. There's a distinct style. They look like those 60-40 rucks, like to go coast to coast with the high tempo, high intensity, 2 wide loose forwards or edge forwards, 1 in the midfield, and passing forwards in between, linking with the backs beautifully. But the Lions starting to ask some questions, starting to ask some good questions, and building pressure.
Offside. What are you doing? You want to scrum? Okay. Scrum called.
The Lions back their set piece. There's Ollie Kebble ready for the challenge. Schooled right here in South Africa. Bishops went on to play in the UCT and the Stormers. He's now won 11 caps for Scotland. Coming back from an ankle injury today, did not make the squad for Loftus Versfeld last weekend.
He's held up well, Ollie Kebble. Was getting the nudge down the left-hand side. He's had a couple of carries being involved. It's always harder for the big guys when you come back from injury. So showing no early signs of fatigue in a high-tempo game, a game that's been played with really good intensity. The Lions pack is going to dig in here. They're going to dig in.
Set! Steady! Stay behind, don't push, don't push.
Massive scrum here.
Okay. 2. Boys, I don't know if you need to alter your height. There's been 2 scrums at the reset because both of you were popping. Okay, you want to get forward dominance, but you both of you were standing up. I cannot reward that. Both of you stay down in the contest. Okay? Look, thanks for your point. Thanks for your point of view.
And that's sometimes there's various reasons. It's the hookers aren't setting up low enough, or the pressure's coming from the tight head. He's angling in slightly and ends up being in your ribs or in the hooker's ribs.
Okay.
Or under his chest, that forces you to pop up. But the loose heads or the props have got to look after the hooker and create that one-on-one battle. So the hooker will sort out their own individual battles. Then it's one-on-one the rest of the way.
Bind! Set! 8 feet. 8 feet. Far side.
Another scrum.
What would you like? What do you want, boys? Pause called. Number 1.
The Lions decide that discretion is the better part of valor. Go for the 3 points.
Yeah, cable didn't go down. What happened is
Yeah, in line.
on the hit, Ntlabakanye overextended a bit. That's why you got that look on Ollie Cable's face. The thing is, with the scrums, the refs can only wait so long. But so Ollie Cable penalized for hinging. But you could have gone with the reset there. But Ntlabakanye goes and goes straight to ground.
First points for the home team. It's 7 points to 3, the Glasgow lead. JC Pretorius being kept away from those turnovers, made 4 turnovers in the match last weekend against Cardiff. Up and away from Tom Jordan, underneath this Ruan fence where he loves to run from. Great depth. He's been stopped this time and held up off the ground. It's going to be a scrum put into the Glasgow Warriors.
Well, that's a big one. That's a big victory for Glasgow Warriors. I've seen Feta do some damage from those carries from the back, especially with time, and it's Jordan, the smallest guy on the Glasgow team. Jordan's a big victory when one of the hard men
straight away come forward on the set.
pack.
I will have to chase his feet, but he needs to look up. Yeah. Make sure we're guard and chase, okay?
Well, Horn was there, but it was Dodge that really did the damage. We'll give it to Horn. But one of your big men, one of your hard men, one of your enforcers gets held up like that. It's a massive psychological victory. And the go-to guy here has generally been Tshituka with a little bit of deception. Sometimes they use him as a dummy run and play behind him. Or look to get to width. But he's generally the power back that will get you over the gain line.
Keep it up.
Cleared by Horn, away to Tshituka, and at first receiver Jordan gets it away. The tackle's been missed, and running straight through is McKay. The pass to the outside. It's going to be a double, is it, for Kyle Rowe? Did he get the ball down?
Okay, time off. No problem. Okay, Ben, coming to you.
He thinks he's got it.
My on-field decision is no try because I can see the ball held up at the end. I just want to make sure, check if it wasn't grounded prior to the last position that was blocked, please.
Okay, mate, on-field decision, no try, held up, checking for a ground in.
Please.
This is the time you try to read the guy's body language, his expression. He got up and he said, he sort of gave that nod saying he's got it. I thought initially in the beginning here, if he doesn't have it here, then I don't think he's got it. So does he dot it? No, that's short still. No, he doesn't have it. That's held up. I thought maybe there, but that's short. That's behind the line.
Nothing clear so far, Craig. Just going to check a couple more.
The work
Yeah,
there
no
from
problem,
Jordan
man.
Hendricks. What you want to do is you want to get the defender on his back, so he just gets in. Hendricks gets in to get the momentum. He's held up.
Morne van den Berg doing tremendous work as well. The 2 number 9s getting involved.
Here's
Some
the best
crucial
angle. I'm
plays.
just going to check
Some
this
Lions
once more,
fans in the
Craig, and I'll
background
give you a
not enjoying the
decision.
scenes
No
they're
problem,
seeing.
Ben.
And there's one Lions fan still brave enough to wear Man United top.
One more. It's very tight, sorry, mate.
No problem.
Well, see, that's it. So maybe it's not as short as we thought initially.
I have a decision,
There's a lot of arms
Craig.
and hands
Yes, Ben, go
underneath
ahead.
it.
I have no clear evidence to overturn your on-field decision. There's lots of hands under the ball, and I've got no clear grounding.
Okay, no problem. No try. No try, held up. Yes, goal line drop out. Thank you, Ben.
No second try for Kyle Rowe. Scorelines remain.
Behind, please, Red.
7 points to 3. Glasgow in the lead. Q and Horn with the ball in hand.
When you're ready, okay?
To clear up confusion, one of 3 Horns in the starting 30 today. 10% of the players on the field with the surname Horn. 2 from the Lions, 1 from Glasgow. Here comes McKay. Horn gets it free. Gregor Brown seeks out Tui Pelotu. McDowell into the contact. Horn gets it. Oh, Scott Cummings. Met by some strong defense. Play on is the call, and Fraser Brown gets it free. The Glasgow Warriors always looking to keep the tempo high. On the outside, no space for Rory Dodge.
Not going to touch.
Yeah, look, it looks fancy when Glasgow get going, but you need someone to punch and make a dent in that line. So what's happening is the Lions defenders look sliding, Hendricks is sliding. So they're not actually creating space on the outside. Edwill van der Merwe is the last defender, and he's right on his man as he gets the ball. So Glasgow impressive, but look, it looks impressive. They're going side to side, but not really creating a dent or punching through the line. And that's what Tui Pelotu should be doing. He's making a lot of passes, but not really punching through. Guys like Ollie Cable almost, passing too much, passing. Dent. Compress that defensive line and look for space out wide, and then the wingers can score.
I want the same pictures on their ball now, okay? Exactly the same pictures on their ball.
100%.
Good.
There's no one.
Crunch! Bind! Set!
According to the win predictor, the odds in the favor of the Glasgow Warriors. Top of the log, Glasgow Warriors coming into round 17. Here's Hendricks getting through plenty of work. He's lost possession this time, and the Warriors look to hit the counter. The pass is not making their mark. McDowell turns to the boot. Grabs downfield and puts Maxwane under pressure. Dummy and go from Maxwane, tackled by try scorer Kyle Rowe, but not double try scorer Kyle Rowe.
Oh, he's on the body.
Tremendous ruck defense there.
Okay, both down now.
And the Lions have scrambled and survived, but they'll start again from their own 5-meter line.
Leave it black!
Ruan Delport on the carry that time, just 21 years of age. Lombard, they're moving it behind their own try line. Edwill van der Merwe, can he spark some magic from inside the Lions 22? Isolated now, staying over the ball. The turnover looks pretty good for the Glasgow Warriors. Very good indeed. Taken out now by George Horn, and forward comes Ewan Ferry. Horn spreads again, the Lions under pressure now. Pressure of their own creation. Fencer to ground, and Ntlabakanye cannot complete the turnover.
No arms tackled.
A penalty advantage as well for the visiting side. And Tui Pelotu's kick shut down.
No advantage. .13 red, no arms tackle. No arms tackle. Thank you. One touch.
Less than 9 minutes to play in the first half, and still just 4 points between these two sides, in spite of all the action we've seen.
Scrum. The competition is over. The good competition was fine.
You got to admire the adventurous spirit. The chances are that was take that ball and smash it downfield.
It wasn't enough to be rewarded. Okay, guys, scrum.
And no arms tackle from Cronje. Wasn't really in a good position.
He got pushed off his feet then. He's illegal to start with, then he got hit off his feet. That's why it's calling him out.
Really backing their scrum today, the Glasgow Warriors.
It's been good. The scrum battle has been solid. I think we're probably kicking towards the end. You've got to look at Glasgow. Are they pulling a bomb squad on us?
Crunch!
They did last week on the 30th minute.
Bind! Set!
Tremendous talent waiting on the bench in the front row from the Glasgow Warriors. Perhaps their better players preparing to come on, much as they did last weekend at Loftus Versfeld. They might just be looking to turn the screws in the second half as the Emirates Lions win a penalty from a scrum, which the Glasgow Warriors called from their own penalty.
Yeah, good scrum, great scrum. You mentioned winning the mental battle when Ruan Fenter got tackled back and it was the maul. This is exactly the same. On opposition ball, showing clear dominance, physical dominance, and that's what you want.
One, 2 and 3, sub lads. 1, 2 and 3.
That's what you want. Good grind. The back row staying connected. The pack working well as a unit. And Murphy Walker knows it was this side that was under pressure. Morgan Nadir.
5 you in.
Changes have been made. Walker, one of those making their way from the field for the Glasgow Warriors with 7 minutes to go before the half-time break. Van den Berg away to PJ Botha. He forced into many tackles at the Glasgow Warriors here in the first half as Cronje finds the gap.
The Lions roar as Maxwane turns the volume up. There's Mufasa loving it. But what I tried, the Lions needed something. Under pressure, a lot of defensive pressure. That man has got jet shoes. Maxwane was in the 7th setup years ago. Really good hit there from Cronje, nice and direct. Maxwane down the tram lines. With pace, with speed, with the finish. And it does well. Look at that classic outside centre break. Puts the hammer down. And the Lions are back. How's that little pass from Willem Albert? Around the corner, neat and tidy. He went for the long loop.
Has stepped up to take the kicks. Clean strike from Hendrickson, and the flag stayed down again.
The crowd's shocked. It's not a day for the kickers yet. But Maxwane, Rabz. Pace, he is quick, incredibly quick.
Jordan gets us back underway, and the Lions respond in kind, kicking down to McKay. Here's Jordan. Was that high from Fenter? He's already.
Problems here.
No.
There's going to be problems here.
Whoa. Leave it.
Just look at Ruan Fenter at the back there. He's walked away.
Please. Let's go. Let's go.
Unfortunately, I think that's going to be head-on-head contact there. Yeah.
Thanks. Let me deal with it.
Problems here for the Lions.
Okay, you flag us through with the foul play.
Yeah, so upright tackle.
Upright tackle, check it. Okay. Ben, coming to you.
I can hear you, Craig, and we're teeing up the angles in the background. Tell us when you're at the screen.
Yeah, I'm at the screen now.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So just a reminder, it's 20 red, who's already on a yellow card.
Yes.
But we'll just have a look at it now.
Okay, Ben on the screen.
He's gone because he's already on yellow.
Here they are, mate. That's going to be your best angle up tight, and we'll get a context angle from wide now.
Yeah, okay. Okay, Ben, looking at that then, bit of a conversation on the floor here.
Full speed.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay.
Got head contact, agree. Foul play, players at fault, is upright. There's a high degree of danger, he's got a clear line of sight and he's coming at speed. I know the player's already on a yellow card, so yellow card minimum make it red anyway. Do you agree?
I think there's a clear
Craig, it's a
requirement tackler, changes the dynamics.
Okay.
So I think there's mitigation.
Okay, so you want to consider that initial tackle, changing the dynamics and hitting him across. Okay, look at that once more, Ben. Please.
Coming up, Craig. I agree that this first tackle is involved, but I'm not too sure that it changes the dynamics of it.
That's the feeling I've got on the
It's
field
coming
here.
up now.
Morne got a good point, so we'll just check it off.
It's coming up, Craig. There's no change in dynamics for me. There's no big step, Craig, and he's high degree of danger coming from distance.
I agree. The step happens before the tackle is made. That's not mitigation for me. It's going to be a straight red regardless of the previous start.
Agree.
Okay, no problem. Number 20, please. Yeah, red. Look, it's an upright tackle, high degree of danger, red card.
Straight red card.
I think I'm on the mark, Ben.
Yeah, it's pretty hard.
We're just going to get that for you now.
Considering what you've seen in other games.
Yeah, just slow it down 2 seconds, Craig, because I think you may be in front.
As soon as it happened, you got the feeling also Francke himself knew he was in trouble. He walked away. The disappointment that you feel for players when this happens. He was got wrong-footed because he was the second arriving tackler. Got wrong-footed, but he was too upright anyway. So, and the distances which he was coming in from.
Okay.
So, big collision. This is a proper game swinger. The Lions are, when you consider where the Lions are in the log, to get 5 points to stay alive, to fight for that top 8 position, and this has happened now. The duel against him. You got to feel for Fenta. He's a tough player. Certainly not a dirty player. He's tough. He plays it hard. He enjoys the rough stuff, but he made the silly error of pushing, earlier on the first yellow, now this.
His captain Marius Louw coming to console along with his teammates, but now the 7-man scrum of the Emirates Lions starting to feel the heat from the Glasgow Warriors. They have another 44 minutes of that to come. In the second half, the Glasgow Warriors are going to know that advantage is in their back pocket. We're onto the field for the Glasgow Warriors, one of the most experienced players in their squad. Henku Fenta method the defensive line by JC Pretorius. Tui Pelotu as the Glasgow Warriors move it to the left. Maxwane is after this.
And Glasgow are having a go, bringing the fullback up and then looking for the kick space. We saw the first try from Merwe. It was a kick from George Horn straight down the middle. Got the try, but a lot of times having a go, then looking for the attacking kick. But I still think they need a bit of a punch. They need to dent that Lions defensive line. Remember, with the man down now, the Lions, the easiest thing is to just slide. If you go a little bit harder through the middle, cause the defensive line to come in. There'll be space out wide. Then it's just draw and pass and running square.
Horn sends it downfield. McDowell controls with the foot. And will take it into contact himself, the big number 13. Horn away to Weir. Gregor Brown moving it wide quickly as they always have this afternoon, the Glasgow Warriors, and finding some space straight up the guts is Henku Fenta. Great offload to George Horn. Horn gets it away to Cummings. Cummings with the offload to Matthews. Still going through Henku Fenta. And Rory Dodge tackled eventually. The Lions being forced to scramble, powering forward. Jamie Butty, they're on the front foot now as Horn gets it clear. Not that many defenders spare in the back line for the Lions. Not great passing from the Warriors, but Tui Pelotu gets it to McDowell. Here's Stan with plenty to do. Hunted down by Edwill sticking to his task. Two players that both played for the University of Stellenbosch in the Western Cape.
Oh, he's looking for himself. There was a gap, a very small one, but you saw that the advantage of going down the mid. Glasgow gone wide so many times. The Lions defenders aren't even watching around the ruck area. Henku Fenta.
Okay, Ben, conversation line.
What you saw Henku Fenta do that little kick and drive down the mid, or down around the ruck, and that's where the space is for Glasgow. Not out wide. It's closer to the ruck area.
Okay, so we'll come for a formal check, Ben. Okay. On field, the mark penalty. Just want to check where is a probable try, and also if that action is cynical as well, please.
More trouble for the Lions potentially.
That's fine. Okay, he clearly just sticks his hand out there. So I'm at penalty and yellow card for that action against 8 red.
Yeah, agree so far, Craig. We'll get a wide angle now to check cover.
Yes, no problem, no rush.
Real gut punch for the Emirates Lions here.
It's coming up now.
It's going to be a penalty and a yellow card. Will it be a penalty try is the question. Craig Evans, the Welsh referee, waiting to see if there was cover.
Best angle. Sure.
Francke Horn. That's trouble. That's real trouble.
So just pay consideration to the 10 coming round the back.
Yeah, I agree. I've had penalty and yellow for this, and not a proper try to be scored because 10 is coming on the back. So I think that's enough for me to stay away from that.
Agreed.
Okay, number 8. Deliberate knock on.
Yellow card for Francke
Number 10
Horn.
is coming around, so it's not a proper try for me, okay?
It's all going horribly wrong.
Okay?
Here at the end of the first half. First half, which had gone so well, to be clear. 8 points to 7 in the lead.
On. With that.
Against the
Guys,
league leaders.
Up, please. Okay, time on. Deliberate knock on.
Duncan Weir with ball in hand. 30 Scottish caps to his name. A plethora of points in the Vodacom URC. 966 to be exact. Number 5 all-time in Vodacom URC scoring. And of course, Pro 14, Pro 12, and the Celtic League before that. The line out taken in by Scott Cummings. The roving maul of the Glasgow Warriors has been dangerous all year long. Breaking away from the back is Johnny Matthews. The offload, no good. Cronje turns to the boot. Putting pressure on the retreating number 11, Carl Rowe.
Can release.
On the Lions' 10-meter line, the Glasgow Warriors will start again. Maxwane can't make the tackle on Batty. Ripped clean by JC Pretorius, the dynamic flanker. Albert's waiting, but it's away to Cronje. It's 13 against 15, remember. And now Edwill will have to make something out of nothing. Attracts 3 defenders. They attack the breakdown.
Thank you.
Somehow, some way, it's protected by the Lions, thanks to Q and Horn. Here's Morgan Nordir. Completely different build to his tight head prop in Ntlabakanye. Berg gets it away to Gianni Lombard over the top from Hendrickson. Quan is after this. Oh! It was on the bounce. It was cruel in the end.
Half time.
Fantastic response from the home team on the back of losing their second player from the field, temporarily though it may be, as Francke Horn was taken off. He's done himself a mischief there, has Stafford McDowell the outside.
Time on.
The Lions yet to make the top 8 in 3 seasons of Vodacom URC. Is it up for grabs this season or not? 14 against 15 for the remainder of the match. In fact, 13 against 15 for the next few minutes, as there was another yellow card to Francke Horn after the red card shown to Ruan, who was an early replacement for Emmanuel Tshituka. That one coming off the toe, but going too far. Far too far for the Glasgow Warriors' liking, and now hacked through by the Emirates Lions. Chasing after this is Berg. Back to pick it up, replacement player Jamie Dobie, the young number 9/winger. The Emirates Lions come piling in. The Glasgow Warriors yet again holding firm in the scramble. One of those front row replacements, the highly experienced Xander Ferguson, 68 cap Scotsman, takes it into contact and preparing to clear George Horn. Not looking for the contest this time, seeking distance, and not getting as much of it as he might like.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, and Lions, it's difficult to defend with that mountain. So Lions just need to keep it tight, just to maul this, keep it nice and close to the forwards. Almost compress the game a little bit more so you can get back to 14.
2 meters.
It's going to be important how the...
You interact. 2 meters and let's go.
Lions are going to have to keep this tight.
Time is good.
Ruan Delport lifted by his captain for the Malberts. Here's Edwill van der Merwe.
Release!
Pulled out of the passing option, take it into contact. Here's PJ Botha. How do the Lions approach this match with 13 players on the field for the time being and then 14 for the remainder? They do still retain that 1-point lead as things stand. Van der Berg away to Botha. Lombard on the loop. Lombard gets it away now. Q and Horn looking for a gap of his own.
Release!
And of course, just a victory might not do for the Lions. They'll have to seek that bonus point. while having those 14 men on the field, once they do have their 14th man back. Here's Ntlabakanye. Been hard at work so far this match. Van den Berg clears it. Edwill coming on a hard line. Turnover's good for the Glasgow Warriors. Sharp stuff on the ground. Horn gets it away to Tuipulotu, and that kicks come off the side of the boot.
Okay. The thing is, the run was on for Glasgow Warriors.
Line's yours, okay, Glasgow.
Turnover made by Johnny Matthews. #1 try scorer.
You okay?
Vodacom URC with 12 tries.
Time off.
Botha's down with an injury. Visagie is the hooker on the bench for the Lions. They won't want any more disruptions.
I know he's going to come in, but he clearly started 2 meters. If you want to come in, I'm pressurizing you because you need to be 2 meters.
Just come in before the Berg.
That time was perfect. Give me distance.
So, Gianni, how should the Lions approach the second half?
I think, you know, one thing, you've got to win the territory battle. Down there, you don't need to defend for long periods without the ball. Obviously, you know, I think Cash van Hoorn's going to be quite smart with the substitutions and how he uses the bench. You know, the pack will start to tie, so make the substitutions a little bit earlier. Dre's a good scrummer, so is JP Smith. Visagi's a good mobile hooker. Notnaka will work pretty hard. Then you got Surgeon, and I think the key here also in the backline play, if you want to create something special, Sanele Nohamba has to be introduced early. You have to give him a run somewhere along the line here, nice and early. And Glasgow,
okay, time on.
A lot of Scottish internationals, hard-working team.
Line is yours, okay, boys?
And eventually the fatigue's going to kick in. The thing for Glasgow is now they're not getting any ball, which is positive for the Lions.
10 meters.
But this is the Glasgow team, hot on attack. When they manage to get continuity, when they manage to get going, hard to stop.
Oh, it's a brilliant play. Pretorius was in the half gap. He just couldn't take it due to the angle. The Lions showing tremendous fight early here in the second half. Willem on the carry, the bone collector, PJ Botha. Dodge there again. Number 7 for the Glasgow Warriors, who's been absolutely everywhere. Here's Lombard. Hendrickson, who's running straighter lines than Sione Tuipulotu, who is opposite 12, who is expected to punch holes in this Lions defense. Here's Willem. Van den Berg, untidy ball for the number 9. He's scrambled well, but not well enough.
Counter-ruck is good.
Yeah, and I thought the Lions actually were quite smart. They're hitting it up and then going down the short side, so the forwards don't have to run a lot. Or, you know, they're not burning more phases around the corner. So you do that piston play, take it up once, come down the blind side, take it up again, come down the blind side. At least you're preserving some sort of energy for the forwards and you're holding onto the ball for longer.
Safe touch from Duncan Weir.
It was the ball placement. You need a fight to contact. So I think Willem he needs to drive his legs in contact there, almost win that battle just before he's about to go to ground.
Clean line-out ball for the Glasgow Warriors on the halfway line. Tuipulotu straight into the contact this time, and Lombard making the tackle and hurting himself in the process.
Hey, that ball lifted and he supported.
Disruption on the handle, and Ntlabakanye dives on the ball.
Leave it now, guys. Leave it.
Like it's a grenade.
2 men on it. Ruck formed. 2 men, ruck formed. Supported his body weight, played the arm. Oh, he's been sick. Fall's not good. Being sick.
Yep. The shoulders of Willem Alberts into the sternum, I think. Was that Craig O'Brien? That's down at the moment. Lions doing some good work, just disrupting. What they did is manage to disrupt Glasgow's rhythm.
Yeah, he's going to clear it in the back. Hang on.
He's going to clear in the back when the time is off, okay? We'll check, okay.
Oh, the player down getting treatment, Greg O'Brien.
Gives me a penalty by 4 is, yes? Okay. The clear tackle off the ball is not going to be a penalty for you.
Some fluids back into his body after expelling some. out of the top end. Incidentally, something that JC Pretorius used to do on a regular basis when he signed up to the 7th program.
It's against yourself. The TMO has cleared it and there's a tackle off the ball. It's got to be a penalty.
Well, that man, Willem Alberts, he started his journey with the Emirates Lions back in 2004, and he's still in the game today.
Okay, thank you, Ben.
There's some players on the field today that were born in 2002. 2 years before Willem Alberts made his Lions debut. The Bone Collector still going strong. 43 Springbok caps to his name. Making his way from the field. Gregor Brown, one of those players who is 22 years old. He's putting a great effort today.
Sub's been made, guys, is there? Sub's been made. Yeah, and he comes.
Player even younger.
Time on.
Then the number 4, Gregor Brown, a 21-year-old coming onto the field in the 19 jersey, Max Williamson, born and bred in Glasgow. He's played for Scotland throughout their youth ranks, and Duncan Weir is going to drive this one into the corner. Brilliant kick from the experienced replacement number 10.
Great chance here for Glasgow. There's been a lot of endeavour from them, but not a lot of points.
Chasing 4 tries. Johnny Matthews feeds the line out. 12 tries to his name in the Vodacom URC. Can he add another to that with the most efficient rolling ball in the competition? They come forward again. The Lions have distracted them. Matthews breaks away from the back. Pick and go. Quick ball for Batty. And now they're on the front foot. They go again to the Glasgow Warriors. Fronting up in defence. This time the Lions will change the direction from Henku Fenter. And now numbers to the blind. Can they get it free? Try given. Ewan Ferry.
Push back. He had it on the line first.
That's a trial right from Ewan Ferry.
On the line first.
Glasgow going route 1 up the gut. Carry from Johnny Matthews, post line out. Pick and go, pick and go. More importantly, they're working in 2s. They're making meters. Look at the numbers, Glasgow, just behind that ruck. The options, the backs were about to sweep there, so the defense has to operate, has to shift out. Ewan Ferry by himself, man alone. You got to make it count there, because what generally happens is you get isolated and it's a turnover.
Agreed.
But Glasgow on a mission.
Anything's good. Thank you.
When they strike with a furious hand. The conversion attempt successful from George Horn. Party in the stands for those wearing kilts.
And inches close, so close. You have to fight for that one.
10 red.
With Ntlabakanye running there, you got to make sure you score it. Because he hits you with interest, Ntlabakanye. When he gets that shoulder in, can be powerful.
Thank you.
That's the change. He'll ask plenty of questions of Glasgow on attack.
Ewan Horn sends the restart. A really contestable one there. Samuel van der Merwe making a nuisance of himself. Nordier into the contact. Successful at first before he met Jamie Batty. Here is the Bone Collector. Van den Berg away to Nahamba, fresh onto the field. Hendricks' pass under pressure, gets it away to Cronje. Here's Maxwane on the outside. Maxwane gets past the first tackle. Having a tremendous game, the number 14.
Leave.
Van den Berg to Ntlabakanye, triangling up in the midfield, sets the ruck. Van den Berg to clear. Warriors staying spread across the field. The kick over the top is dreamy, just slipping away from the fingertips of Ewan Horn. And Steyn has a decision to make. A wise one made in the end. He goes along with the kick. Oh, what a kick it is.
What a kick. Oh, what a play from Sanele Nahamba also. It could have been the Lions with the try right underneath the sticks. Just the bounce of the ball, but Nahamba, we mentioned he's going to ask questions, and he's going to ask pretty good ones. But the covering here, first from Horn and then from, it was a touch then it's played from an offside position.
I can't see that.
So close.
On the touch there, under the post.
Oh, we didn't see that live. You can't check that. I didn't see it live.
But
I can't know.
I said he can't check, so it's not something that it's going to be referred up to the TMO. But what a kick from Carl Stan. What a kick.
Massive swing of fortunes there against the Emirates Lions. PJ Botha prepares to feed the line out. The reliable target of Ruan Delport, the 21-year-old, present again in Ntlabakanye. Continuously going over the game line with those aggressive carries. Q and Horn, he's got a big boot on him. Being pressurized, sends it center field to Kyle Stain, who runs it right back at the Lions. 15 against 14 now as the Lions not return to their full complement, which they won't be for the entire match. And Hendrickson needs to be careful there, lifting the player off the ground. He is returning the player safely to the deck, and Horn gets it away. Strong carry from Xander Fagerson. What a difference these front rankers make for the Glasgow Warriors, especially so on those hard carries. Kyle Ray with the dummy, and he breaks through the line. Two defenders back here for the Lions. Tackle made by Q and Horn, but the Warriors are in position. Nahamba trying to make the counteract, and he's done tremendously well. PJ Botha gets it away, and now Francke Horn fresh back onto the field, gets it to Edwill van der Merwe. Spacing behind the defense. It's all on the bounce here for Edwill van der Merwe. Edwill van der Merwe will be too quick. He is liquid. He is lightning. He's in under the sticks. Edwill van der Merwe.
Well, we mentioned it. The Lions needed some magic. And under the pump, we thought Kyle Rowe was shooting through. Transition rugby at its best. Not one ruck created from there. Edwill van der Merwe with individual brilliance. But here, Glasgow on the run. This counter-rack here. Look at that. Sanele and Nahamba in. And ball out. Then you want to keep the ball alive. Get it into space as quickly as possible. Who knows? The paceman's out there. One-on-one. Chip and chase. Gather and take. Then it's a foot race. Lightning. Edwill van der Merwe scores again. Scores again at Ellis Park.
They asked for it, but I didn't see it.
And the Lions keep coming back.
Nahamba looking not to inherit the curse of missing simple kicks today for the Lions. Succeeds, converts, takes the lead back for the 14-man Lions.
Just technically good, the well-weighted kick over the top, the chip. No one home. Gather and take, and no one was ever going to catch him from there. Van der Merwe owning Joburg here. Great try from him.
Back underway in this fascinating fixture in the penultimate round of the Vodacom URC season number 3. The Emirates Lions desperately chasing a playoff spot. Either 8th or potentially 7th, depending on the result of the EPCR Challenge Cup final featuring the Sharks. But this side cannot afford to rely on that. They'll want to finish in 7th if at all possible. Get 5 points each from their final 2 fixtures. The next of which and the last of which are against the DHL Stormers in Cape Town. And now the Glasgow Warriors looking to retain their top spot that they came into this round with, spreading it to their wing, who's already scored today, Kyle Rowe. Maxwane is all over that.
Okay, competition over now.
Oh, Cronje gets interesting, plays the arm of the number 9, gets it away to Van den Berg. Van den Berg feeds inside to Francke Horn, who sends it to Rabz. Maxwane! What is going on in Gauteng right now? The 14 men of the Emirates Lions scoring for fun.
And Rabz Maxwane, if Edwill can do it, so can I. And Glasgow slowly started, quickly started to implode here. The Lions tearing up the script and saying, we're going to do it our way. Momentum shift here, fumble at the back. Fumble at the back. And Cronje
He's onside there.
with the smash and grab. Look at the back here, just look at that picture there. Look at the Lions, the squad players, the reserves, some of the management there. Up on their feet, Rabz Maxwane in the air.
Just slowing the kick down as well.
And the Lions
Shot clock off, shot clock's off.
on fire.
wide, is that possible? Okay.
I think they're going to look if we play from the back of the rack.
Yeah, time off is called, yeah. It's part of that breakdown there, yeah? Looks in my ruck.
Erich Cronje, the player in question.
I'm a bit far from the screen down.
Yeah, play through, Craig.
Okay. 22.
Try awarded.
Now put the shot clock on, please. We're going to restart it. We're going to restart it. We restart it. Try's good.
Restarting the shot clock for Sanele Nohamba.
Okay, it's up there now, okay?
Looking to make a 6-point game, an 8-point game. A massive kick, make no doubt about that. A challenging one for Nohamba. We've seen a few missed by the Lions already this afternoon, becoming evening. Oh, and the fans are living every moment of this.
Yeah.
Never been to the playoffs of the Vodacom URC.
Yeah, I felt it was part of it live. Just the way they asked our challenge, I just want to make sure that's all.
Striking it clean here in Gauteng this evening. And what a match we have on our hands.
What a start to the second half for Lions at Morne and the ever-present 8. Just looking around, you see ball in two hands, realizes he won't get there, looking for support. And the Lions are finding the pace out wide.
Francke receives. He's been quality since coming onto the field after that yellow card he received in the first half, making up for lost time, to be sure. And now the Glasgow Warriors have it all to do. Seeking that win, but also the bonus point. They're 2 tries away. But of course, victory most important as they look to retain the top spot under the pressure of the almighty Leinster. Stein wrapped up by a Lions side that now must surely sense the possibility of victory no matter how far away it may be, and although they are 14 against 15 for the remainder of the game. Weir sends it wide to Kyle Rowe.
Release!
Quan finds one of those impactful front rankers coming in off the bench for the Scotsman as Horn sends it over the top again. Rose after this. Nohamba's underneath it. Takes it confidently and gets the pass away to Pretorius. Pretorius is past the Van den Berg. Van den Berg looking for support from the self-same JC Pretorius. He's got Cronje! He's got Cronje! The Lions are running wild! JC Pretorius! Yet another try!
The Lions are rambling. The Lions are roaring. The Lions are fighting. And they're scoring beautiful tries, this time from counter-attack. Sanele Nohamba up in the air, the king of the skies. Look at this. He wins us beautifully. Then there's a little bit more step and go. Transition, JC Pretorius, he fixes the defender with his eyes. Look at this, the one-handed pass that sucked in the defender. The timing's perfect. Then it's just continuity, 2 and 1. The passes are sticking. Champagne in Ellis Park. The crowd singing. And the Lions are fighting for that top 8 spot.
Good Ben. Thank you.
13 points between the sides. Another Nohamba will surely be looking to chew up every single second on that shot clock. And the Lions will be looking to control this match. They've got the bonus point already. This will make it a 15-point game, meaning the Glasgow Warriors will have to score 3 times. There are 15 points between the sides. It's 29 points to 14. The Lions lead.
Yeah, and just holding on. That pass there, that little one-handed pass, fix the defender with the eyes, ball in both hands, the basics are good. And finishing. It's a party in the box. I wonder if Glasgow almost
get pushed.
Out-punched themselves early on.
They got a grounding, yeah?
And now they look pretty tired. I mean, this is, look at the energy, it's with the Lions, the momentum with the Lions, the poetry with the Lions. Glasgow started off with a half and a
That's the
puff.
question last minute, that's all.
And it's just little magical moments from the lines. Look at Sanele Nahamba and Edwill from the Merwe with that chip and chase. Sanele Nahamba with that take step. Pretorius with that little pass, but it's all coming together. The passes are landing.
Middle, stay in your front man.
And Glasgow have to
Let's give
chase.
in to meet
Glasgow
them,
on the
please, guys.
chase now.
Johnny Matthews feeds the line out. Ewan Ferry there to take it. Cleared by Horn, working a backline move here, staying, looking for some gaps, but the Lions defense strong. Jordan Hendricks has stepped up to the number 12 jersey after the late discollusion of Marius Louw, the captain of this Lions side. They've dealt with that disruption. Late hesitation there by Carl Rowe just to win an extra few meters. The Glasgow Warriors dragged down between the 10-meter and the 22 of the Emirates Lions. The attempted grabber through by McDowell stopped. Erich Cronje was after that. Tremendous athleticism showed by the retreating Johnny Matthews. George Horn to clear. They're in their own half again. It's all gone horribly wrong here in the second half for the Glasgow Warriors. And they have less than 20 minutes to set it right now, trailing by 15 points against the 14-man Lions. Nahamba there to receive again. Difficult pass for Edwill van der Merwe to deal with, but he's happy to start running again. Van der Merwe's pass doesn't stick.
And I think Edwill van der Merwe saw forward in front of him, so I thought he could outpace him on the outside. Probably stepped a little bit too early. See, I saw a forward in front of him.
Great time off.
What you want to do is beat the forward on the outside, force the wing to come in. Was that Carl Rowe to come in and commit? Then it's a 2-on-1. But that, I must say, that's good defensive work from Ewan Ferry.
Yeah, it's fine so far.
They can't afford to get carried away with the attacking play.
They're going
The Lions could start consolidating from here, Gianni, or do you think they should continue going for the jugular?
No, I think just hold on to the. If they hold on to the ball well. Remember, scoreboard pressure, time pressure. Glasgow need position to score tries, and they've held on to it pretty well. But this is when they've given away position. That kick a little bit long. Morne from the Berg. He's had a hell of a game, even defensively.
Number 4, please.
Has worked pretty hard. Pretorius just following up. But a good try. Edwill van der Merwe out the side. Glasgow having that position. They're a position-based team. You know, they like to build a lot of racks, a lot of quick rucks, and then that's when they're at their best. At the moment, when they're giving away position, the Lions have just been ruthless.
We haven't had a scrum since all the front row have changed. Okay, bit of work was done at the beginning of the game. They got better. Stable, height we can maintain. Okay, let's go.
The bone collector, the captain, makes his way from the field. Willem Alberts. What a soldier for this franchise.
As soon as it's stable, I'll move away, okay?
I've noticed some famous faces in the coaching staff as well. Jacques, Morne, Stan. Not short on star power here at the Emirates Lions.
Crouch! Bind! Set!
Jamie Dobie on permanently now. The 22-year-old number 9 replacement for George Horn. And the Glasgow Warriors making hay at scrum time. Dobie called to use it. Here's Tui Pelotu, who gets it away to Ruan. It's been snatched clean by Sanele. He's running straight down the center of the field. Oh, what a try from the diminutive number 9, wearing the number 22 today. The Lions are running free.
Yeah, Sanele Nahamba, we mentioned it. Bring him on early, and he will create magic. There we go. It's a party at Hillis Park. What a second half from the Lions. And also we mentioned it, Glasgow Warriors just going wide. Sanele Nahamba in the defensive line, in the passing lane. Says thank you and thank you very much. Glasgow now need a miracle. It's a long way home from here. Tshituka, the man known for his power carrying, sending the ball out wide. Nahamba says thanks. Makes the perfect read in the perfect time for the Lions.
.22 on 22 in the end. Tui Pelotu, instead of carrying into the contact, Sending it, and Maxwane tackle, is it being looked at here?
Look on it's on the shoulder to play on, yeah?
Gut-wrenching for the home team.
On the shoulder and the head comes forward.
Okay, thank you. Continue.
On the shoulder and the head comes forward is the call. All clean, all grand. Another 2 points on the board for Sanele. What an introduction.
Warriors a little bit too lateral. He makes a good read. Then you got to hit the man ball and all if you're going to rush up like that. Or get the intercept. He chose the easier route.
Restart back up and underway from the Glasgow Warriors. You see the last images of Nahamba celebrating this tremendous turnaround in the second half. The second half, which the home team started with 13 players on the field. You see that red card above their name, earned in the first half from a player who came on to replace Tshituka and got a yellow card before he got the red card in the first half. They have been at a numerical advantage for a long, long time in this game. Matthews, the prolific try scorer for the Warriors, coming wrapping around. No rolling move for the Warriors this time, and Tshituka with a straight carry for once in this match. Away to the impactful number 8, Jack Dempsey, PJ Botha. It's all happening for the home team now. They're on a roll.
They're on a roll, and the small battle's been won by the Lions. Botha was almost doing the splits over that breakdown. That's how low he was. Frustrating tour. Glasgow, a tour like this can change your season completely. Need to win away from home if you want to be a championship team. Just have to look at the likes of Munster. Botha over, good wide base, wide base, over the ball. And frustration from Glasgow, power from the Lions.
Lions now happy to take their time to get to the line-out. There is the race to the 8. This is how things stand. How many teams tied on 49 points here, having played 17 matches? Ulster still have to play Leinster. It's Edinburgh, Ulster, Benetton, and the Lions who are hunting down that 8th, but in fact 7th spot, as the Sharks may well knock out that 8th position as a potential playoff qualifier. Driving forward now, the Lions.
Down by black. Sorry, down by red.
Up and away from Morne van den Berg. Edwill van der Merwe getting underneath this one. How brilliantly was that taken by Kyle Steyn. Captain courageous of this Glasgow Warriors side. What a player he's become for the franchise. Desperate to find that half gap. Still got the numerical advantage, of course, the Glasgow Warriors, as they have had for the majority of this match, but they just can't find a chink in the defensive armor of the Emirates Lions so far. We are moving it along. There's an overlap on the outside now for the Warriors. They send it to Steyn. Edwill van der Merwe has gotten across and covered that with ease. Cleared by Dobie. So much ground to make up now, the Glasgow Warriors. They'll have to start scoring immediately. Weir gets it away to Tui Pelotu, but yet again, the Glasgow Warriors finding defenders as they try to get it out wide. Maxwane choosing not to go in for the tackle, and wisely so, as Dempsey's brought down. Here's Weir again. Still good pace and consistency to the play of the Glasgow Warriors. The offload from Scott Cummings was class to Jamie Batty. Dobie, Weir. Over the top for Steyn cutting in, keeping the play alive. The Warriors now surely playing the type of rugby they hoped they would have played from the 41st minute on. And here's Henry Fenter. Dobie gets it clear. That's the 22-meter line of the Lions. We're taking it right up to the line too. Pelotu skips one over the top, knowing that Maxwane will be cutting in. An advantage being played to the visitors as well. Dragged into contact was Kyle Rowe. That advantage still waiting for the Glasgow Warriors. Dobie struggling to get there at the same pace as did George Horn. Here is the youngster who can also play wing, going on a snipe of his own. Ooh, almost losing the handle, but there it is for Johnny Matthews.
It's a long way home for Glasgow. It's impressive when you watch, but it's a lot of side to side.
Okay.
So hence the pressure build-up, but just lacking that power game, that cutting-edge power game for me. The ability just to blast through that defensive line, 2-on-1 pass and then go score. It's a lot of work from the pack, a lot of effort needed, and not enough time.
Number 6.
Lions, the last 20 minutes have been in paradise.
Yeah, time's off.
End-to-end tries, beautiful tries. They're living the dream at the moment. A man down.
Okay, 6 off.
And we thought,
guys, okay?
as Fenter went off, this is tickets for the Lions.
Hold on a second, okay?
It's one of the top teams in this competition. My goodness, sometimes it galvanizes a team. It gives them more energy. And the Lions have showed plenty of heart, plenty of character, and brilliant execution.
Okay, walk it off, please. Thanks a lot. Walk it off, please.
What a day to buy a ticket to Emirates Airline
Walk it
Park.
off, please. We're going to go. Walk it off. Offside.
Duncan Weir kicks for touch in his 144th Vodacom URC Cup.
Okay.
Kicking at 79% this year for the Glasgow Warriors. He is the player that earned that second bonus point when Loftus Versfeld in the dying embers of the match just 1 weekend ago. Matthews feeds the line out, finds Max Williamson, the 21-year-old, and they set the rolling ball to the Glasgow Warriors. There might just be an opportunity here towards the corner. Have the Lions done enough?
Release, Red, release! Red, release!
The home team has done enough for the time being, and now Dobie to get it free to Henku Fenter.
Away, Red! Leave! Leave!
Dobie being disrupted, but not illegally so. Here's Tui Pelotu. Oh, that's a great play from Tui Pelotu. Dummying the pass, getting it away to McKay, who's over the line for the try.
Yeah, the Warriors, the fight back, they're chasing it. You can see all their players running back. They want this.
Thank you, Ben.
They believe they can do something special. Again, Tui Pelotu, look at that. He fixes the defender with the ice. Almost looks like he's going behind, but he goes front door, the short option, the front option. Been a busy day for the Glasgow backs. Tui fixes the defender with the eyes. Look where he's looking. Looks almost behind the back of McKay. So that fixes the defender. Then he plays the short option.
Time off.
Time off the call as the Lions very, very slowly making their way to the halfway line from their own try line.
Is this time off because the Lions are walking back slowly? Oh.
You're number 8 captain, yeah? You're number 8 the captain. You do quicker up. Time's off, okay?
Referee Craig Evans taking control of the situation, realizing
time back on.
14-man Lions will be looking to chew up the clock here. 15 points separate the sides, less than 11 minutes to play. Is there still a chance for the Glasgow Warriors? Kieran Horn gets us back underway, going deeper this time with the restart. So much height on it. That prodigious boot of the number 15. Great defensive pressure coming from JC Pretorius, the tireless number 6. Dummy and go from Scott Cummings. Oh, the pass dipping in front. Tui Pelotu, it's been touched.
That's enough. That's enough. They're trying to go from downtown. Again, you know, I've mentioned it several times. Go up the middle first. Bring the defenders in. What the Lions are doing, they're not committing at the breakdown.
Time off.
But if the Lions hadn't wrapped it up earlier, this is their chance to shut the curtains on this one.
Okay, everyone is up. Fine, time on. Lions scrum, let's go.
Wow. What a change in the match prediction. 68% to the Glasgow Warriors in the first half. Now 98% to the Lions.
Well, I'd have liked to see that predictor when Ruan Fenter got sent off.
Very true.
I'd have liked to see it then at half-time with the Lions just a point ahead.
Crunch!
But they've shown fight, the Lions.
Bang! Boys. We keep that mark, we don't come over the mark. We rest on bind. Quick reset, please, let's go.
Rabz Maxwane slotting in on the flank. Multifunctional winger. On the opposite side to JC Pretorius. who went to the same high school as Cronje Smith. Another undersized flank.
And from this position, if the Lions don't go for the big shot, have a look with Sanele Mahamba. It's a bit for us, but have a look at Sanele Mahamba and what he can create from here.
Ball's out.
Chaos created at scrum time. The ball is out, and Francke has done tremendously well under those circumstances. Now breaking from the base.
Pulled away.
Is Jaco Visagie, replacement hooker for the Lions, quickly over the ball.
Ball is there.
There's Jack Dempsey, but he could not secure the turnover. The Lions doing tremendously well here in the final 10 minutes, controlling the clock as well as the territory, and desperately trying to find their way over the try line yet again, having already scored their bonus point try.
Okay, leave it blank.
Francke on the quick pick and carry, or was it not nothing? No, Francke, the big number 8.
Mahamba in the pocket. Mahamba's in the pocket.
Waiting for the opportunity potentially of a drop goal. Cronje receives, looks for options, cuts back inside. Made such a crucial play at the base of that ruck to create one of those tries when the Lions broke this match wide open. Jaco Visagie spent plenty of time just up the road at the Vodacom Bulls. Into contact. Chewing up the clock here, the Emirates Lions, as Francke goes again. And the Glasgow Warriors just can't get their hands anywhere near the ball for the time being. JC Pretorius on it now, and an advantage to the home team. It's all gone horribly wrong for the Glasgow Warriors. The leading Glasgow Warriors coming into this match.
Mahamba wants it. He wants it here.
Now Mahamba slips out of the pocket and goes to the left, tries to get his pass away, knowing the advantage is in the back pocket.
Yeah, he stood in the pocket there for a while, then he decided penalty advantage is an easy 3 anyway. So let's try and go for the 5er.
Sorry, you're right too. What would you like, sorry?
Balls.
You're going to go balls. Apologies, if we got a clear finger in the eye, if we got a clear finger there, there's obviously a red card. There's nothing. The third time. If we got a clear finger in the eye, then obviously it's a clear red card. Yeah. We've got no footage. I've not seen anything live, we've seen nothing off air to see a finger in the eye. What do you want to do? Time on, shot gone.
Tense in the first half, it's a party in the second half.
For 17 it is.
It's become festive, let me say that.
Gianni back there.
It was tight. It was an arm wrestle in the first half. It was a lot of Glasgow running, attacking.
Nothing on field in it.
In all lines, second half.
As you were saying, that win predictor when Ruan was sent off and it was a 1-point game at half-time, it would have been tremendously different from the 98% chance that the Lions had of winning the match now, according to that statistical measure. Taking as much time as he possibly can, Sanele Mahamba, as he should, with his team holding on to this significant lead.
Our TV screens are paused here for a while.
The mannequin challenge.
So I know you've got time, but how much time is that? He just stood there and he waited and waited and waited.
Number 8. Sub. Time off. Okay, he's going off playing the sticks, okay? Right now, he's still on the field.
The victory is assured here. That means the Lions season comes down to one big match in Cape Town next weekend.
Time on.
Duncan Weir to get us back underway. Hanru Sergel onto the field for the Lions.
Ball's out.
And Vandenberg fires back to Kuenhorn.
On.
Now the Glasgow Warriors will start from deep. Away to Duncan Weir, keeps it moving quickly to Tuipulotu. Almost through that half gap. The defense on the big number 12 has been stellar, but he's been doing a lot of passing as well. Weir gets that one away to McKay, moving it quickly to the outside, the Glasgow Warriors. But the Lions start flooding those outside channels very quickly, since recognizing the pattern in the first half, it would appear. Strong run forward that from Matt Fagerson. The two Fagerson brothers started on the bench for the Glasgow Warriors. They're both on the field now. Dobie gets it away. No gaps appearing, and the Lions defense thus far to below 2 knocks the ball on.
Frustration again.
Time off.
Just not happening in the second half. That pass dips.
Time is off.
Dips on to below 2.
Yeah, look, it was a mess. Ball came away.
Very short for us. Then he's not. Because he's coming from now.
Still sad. Still unhappy to have given away that red card. Will lead to a suspension as well, but surely relieved at the turn of events here at the Emirates Airline Park. Ruan Fenter, young, impactful, loose forward / lock, just 21 years old.
Okay.
What about the efforts that this young man has put in? Jordan Hendrickson, late call to start in the number 12 jersey, replacing Marius Louw, who does provide so much of that punch which we expected to see from Tui Pelotu, Gianni, but he hasn't been running those straight lines.
Yeah, no, what's happened with this game? If you look at the storyline, Glasgow came out firing, a lot of attack, a lot of endeavour, but not really a lot happening on the scoreboard. Eventually the Lions got a little bit of ball,
Both packs
and they built up pressure, then the red card, and then the Lions in the second half,
equal
with 14 men, became a better team.
On the mark,
the transition tries, the ability, you know, from sort of broken field opportunity just to, you know, seize that moment. And defensively, they frustrated Glasgow. I think Glasgow have been sort of a bit too wide, too lateral in attack, not asking the direct questions.
Crouch.
And then too far for the Lions. That intercept from the Humber.
Not a problem there. I'm happy for the sequence you pulled out. Free kick. There's no problem there. Well out. Scrum again. Scrum. If I'm happy with that sequence, you come up. Let's go. Andrew, pictures your side, okay?
Seconds! Smash it!
Crouch! Bind! Set!
Maxwane filling in on the flank again. A full-on penalty to the Lions now.
Chase your feet. Chase your feet.
There's a man who's been all around the world, JP Smith.
Let's go.
Played for the Stormers, the Brumbies, the Reds. He's played in Los Angeles for the Giltinis. He's back in South Africa now.
Line. On the half, yeah.
If you want to laugh, follow social media. The Joker in the pack, definitely. I actually played with him a long time ago when he just came out of school. Him and his brother.
Picture outside.
They were 19, 20 years old. It's a long time ago, but
2 minutes left, boys.
they get on with it. Good team men. Plenty of experience. If you look at Visagie, he's been around. Smith has been around. Ruan also traveled around a bit, but
Good, 2 meters.
this is the experience you need at the closing stages of this game.
Jaco Visagie feeds the line out, the rolling more for the Lions, not making any progress at this time. Being asked to leave the legs, it would appear Matt Ferguson.
Okay, out block.
Now wrapped around the corner, slightly isolated. Turning from a maul into a ruck, and Maxwane comes and gets stuck in. Here comes Marius. He loves tries. He's got another. It's a celebration in the city of Johannesburg. The Lions came to play today.
There will be a restart, okay?
Remember the faces towards the halftime break. Remember them when they were losing players, when they were leading narrowly. And now Hanru Sergil continues the celebration.
Well, and remember, it all started from that scrum from the Lions.
Okay.
You back up set piece with set piece. Sergil had opened, the hole open there. And he goes to drive straight through the middle. The Lions in rugby heaven in the second half. Probably the best 40 we've seen them play this season at home against one of the championship contenders. And the last home game of the season too. What a way to finish.
The Lions fans celebrating this turn of events here at their home turf. One match remains in Cape Town. And what a kicking coach to have, by the way. Morne Steyn, who's conquered everything in rugby.
Thank you, Ben.
Sanele taking his time, as he has with each and every kick. He's going to take this one right to the edge. Remember?
Restart.
The flags stay down, so the disease from the early moments of the match has returned. Another missed kick. But no worries, the celebrations can continue. Now just getting his scrub cap torn off, which caused him to turn around and not pay attention for a moment. Max Williamson. So that skullduggery that always happens in the maul in the rack, paying off this time for the Lions. Here's Henku Fenter. Playing for pride. No, not just pride. In fact, they've got one try to the bonus point, the Glasgow Warriors, and they'll be acutely aware of that as they're trying to keep their noses in front of Leinster. Leinster who have a Champions Cup final to play next weekend and have 2 matches remaining in this competition. Here's Johnny Matthews. Once upon a time scored 5 tries in a Challenge Cup match. Derby. Away to Duncan Weir. Weir cuts in. Looking for some gaps. He's increased the tempo towards the outside. Has Weir since coming onto the field, but this new defensive shape of the Lions just shooting up and killing the options of the Glasgow Warriors, taking away the time and space from the likes of Sione Tuipulotu, compromising those passes, leading to the handling errors, which the Lions have capitalized on. Those chances created off of opposition mistakes, which Edwill van der Merwe say the Lions refer to as Java opportunities. Cleared from the base of the rack. As far as the former Australian number 8, Jack Dempsey, who now represents Scotland. Steyn, the captain of the team, hands it away in the end to Vandenberg, and JC Pretorius launches it from the field. What a match for the number 6. What a match for the people who represent the city of Johannesburg. Mufasa can roar yet again.